Alright, you're going to notice here that we skipped 7.3 and jumped right to 7.4. This is solving systems by multiplying first. This is, you can really call this elimination. Solving systems by elimination. I guess I probably didn't need to scribble that out there. I'm going to show you guys what 7.3 is. You're going to want to put this one in your notes. So it says, here's our elimination right here. You're going to notice that these are in standard form. So this is the best method. AX plus BY equals C. The X and the Y are on the same side. Okay, now in 7.3, you guys learned last year, in order to get these two to eliminate, we had multiplied this by -1, and that'd be negative 7x plus 3y equals -4. And then we didn't need that. What we then did is we added them together. So 7x plus -7x, that's 0x. So we don't put anything there. -2y plus 3y is 1y. 5 plus -4 is +1. So we add vertically. We add those, we add those, and we add those. Now this one just turns out that y equals 1. Okay, great. Now I have to find my x. So I'm going to plug it into any of these three equations right here. It doesn't matter which one. So we'll just plug it in right there. 7x minus 2 times 1 equals 5. And then we'll figure out what x is. So 7x minus 2 equals 5, add 2, 7x equals 7, and then divide by 7, and x equals 1. So that's the concept of elimination. Now, in 7.4, it's the same concept, except for you're going to have to multiply by a number rather than just -1. And sometimes you don't even have to multiply by -1. For instance, if it had been 7x plus 2y equals 5 and -7x minus 5y equals 1, these you could eliminate immediately because this is what you're looking for. You're looking for opposites on either the x's or opposites on the y's. Now I see the y's right here, and I can easily get them to be the same by multiplying this by 2. Because if I multiply this by 2, that would change that to 4y, which is the opposite of -4y in the second equation. So my new equation is 10x plus 4y equals 32. Make sure you multiply each number by 2. Now I don't need this equation anymore, so I just scribble it out. I'm going to add them together now. So 13x, the y's obviously give you 0, and that gives you 52 over here. Divide by 13, divide by 13, x equals 4. And as you can see, it's a very quick and smooth process to find your x value. Now we can find the y value by plugging x in, so I will plug it into, it really doesn't matter, 3 times 4 minus 4y equals 20. So 12 minus 4y equals 20. Subtract 12, subtract 12. Don't forget about the negative sign in front of your y. That did not get lost. Divide by -4, and y equals -2. So your solution is 4, -2, and that's all there is to this process. All right, now this one here, I see the 2 and the 6, and I say, oh, I can multiply 2 times -3. And then easily I'm at the opposite of 6. You need them to be opposites. Make sure you multiply that -3 by each other term. I don't need that equation anymore, and I'm ready to add and eliminate. 6 plus -6 is 0. 5 plus -9 is -4. 19 plus -15 is +4. Divide by -4, divide by -4, and y equals -1. Take that y, plug it in any equation, doesn't matter. 5 times -1. And we can easily determine what the x value is now. So by doing this process, I'm not only showing you the review concept of elimination, but I'm also showing you guys a review on solving equations, which is going to be used a lot in geometry. So there you go. 4, -1 is your solution. All right, I'm going to do one more question for you guys. This question here, you're gonna say, well, I can't multiply 2 by something to get to 7. I mean, you could, it's a decimal, 3.5, but I don't want to do that. And I can't multiply 9 by something to get to 12. Again, you can do a decimal. So sometimes you're going to have to multiply both equations. So I'm going to see that these two, you can either go to 14 or you could go to 36. I'm going to choose this one by 7 to get me to 14. I'm going to choose this one by -2 to get me to -14. Let's see, so 14x minus 63y equals 7 for the first equation, -14x plus 24y equals -46. Now I have the 14's opposites, 14, -14, and I can eliminate. So this is going to be 39, -39y equals -39. That worked out really nicely for me. And most of the problems that I assigned, the numbers work out really nicely. Okay, so y equals 1. And let's plug y back in to get x. So again, you have 4 equations to choose from. Doesn't matter which one. I'll just go with this one here. 2x minus 9 times 1 is just -9 equals 1. Add 9, add 9. 2x equals 10. And divide by 2 to get x equals 5. So 5, 1 is your answer. So that's an example for you of multiplying both equations, which you may have to do. And then the last concept that you may see is you might have to rearrange the terms first if you want to use elimination. Now you could use substitution if you want, and there's nothing wrong with that, but then you divide by 2. And if you divide the 3 by 2, it'd give you 1.5, and you got decimals to work with. So instead, I'm just going to bring the x over to this side here. So my equation is negative 3x plus 2y equals -9. So that would get rid of that there, and that's your new equation there. Then you could go ahead and eliminate this one. You're going to have to multiply both equations. So I would probably choose 12, multiply this one by 3, and multiply this one by 4, and then you could go about solving. I'm going to do one more problem for you guys. I'm going to set this up for you, and then that's going to be it. I'm not going to solve it. A sports equipment is having a sale. We have soccer balls and soccer ball bags. One coach purchases 10 soccer balls and 2 soccer ball bags for $155. And another coach purchases 12 and 3 for $189. Find the cost of each of the soccer ball and each of the soccer ball bags. Now, I told you that sometimes the units go together, like the 155 and the 189 are both dollars. That's not always the case. In this case, I have, we'll call X the cost of soccer ball, and then we'll call Y the cost or the price of soccer ball bag. Okay, so we have 10 soccer balls plus 2 bags. That is a total of $155. Now the other coach buys 12 soccer balls and 3 soccer ball bags, and that coach spends $189. So sometimes they're as simple as just reading the sentence and they're written right there. Now then once you're at this part, then you can use elimination. But that's how you set up a problem like that. Define the variables, write your equation, then solve. And there's your assignment. I tried to keep it nice and short for you guys, so hopefully this goes well. And as always, let me know if you have any questions.